What's up, everybody? Welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS Live, the Super Cool Nerd Show. Thanks for joining us out there in the Super Cool Nerd Nation, and we are back from sunny San Diego, California.
What was that sunny
I don't know, San Diego, California. And, yeah, we went to San Diego Comic Con. A great time was had, guys. It was amazing. We drove.
We did, and we're not sure how smart we are.
Smart nothing. We made it. I don't care about hook or crook. We got out to San Diego.
In like record time.
No kid. It was basically like if we stopped for gas, which is how I wanted to go. We stopped for gas, change drivers, and let's go. Use the bathroom, get a snack, let's get on the road. And we made it out like record time. Had our badges. Dude, it was great.
It was wild as far as Comic-Cons go. I assume it will be one of the weirdest ones in recent memory because of SAG after strike.
Yeah.
So like 90% of the celebrity guests that might have been there weren't there or weren't very public.
Including some of the studios as well.
And some of the studios and even some of the booths, which meant that like Dealers Hall was flooded.
Oh man.
With people, and it was crazy.
Now, I've been before, but this was your first time going to the biggest con of the year. Well, some say it's not the biggest anymore. What did you think?
It was, personally, it was a lot for me. Like, it was a lot for me to handle, and that came through in, like, certain moments. But it's so much hype, and, like, these are the people. There was a part in the Her Universe fashion show that we went to see.
Y'all.
Where they busted out as a prize giveaway a Captain, holy crap, Captain America, not Captain America.
Captain Carter.
Captain Carter shield prop.
Yes, Marvel Legends.
And the cheer that went up from the room, like, just made me feel something extra. Like, we're all nerds, and it's cool to be all sorts of different nerds.
And they have the Ahsoka lightsabers, hosted by Ashley Eckstein, who is the voice of Ahsoka.
These were my nerds, like, in that room at that time, you know? Like, it was just, that was really cool.
I have been raving about the fashion show because I've never been to one. But I had so much fun. Like, we were in there. Also, you know, it was cool. We had gift bags. We were front row, like right on the corner where they come out.
We were. They told press, like, they had a press riser, and they told us, you know, you might want to use the riser. The riser's kind of far away. You might also want to get down by the show. So we went, like, front row, down by the show. We were filming with a friend.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Kevin, the director, guys. He was our roommate. We worked together a couple times.
He only crashed your drone once.
He got it stuck in a tree.
He felt so bad, too.
And we didn't.
Felt so bad.
I could tell that Kevin felt bad. And I didn't give him any crap about it. We overcame, and thank you to a fellow veteran who helped us get it down. Took his shoes off and climbed that tree like a champ. And we recovered the drone, and it still works. So, you know, we're all good.
I felt really bad for Kevin. He has a couple of drones of his own.
Yeah.
It's not like he's inexperienced. Just the tutorial made him go a certain way.
And if you're not subscribed to the Kevin Director's channel, go over there, sub to it, check out some of his videos. He's got some San Diego Comic Con stuff coming. We actually collaborated on a couple of things. So we're going to be sharing in some footage. And, yeah, thanks for coming out with us, Kev. And you're
definitely subscribe
welcome next
to
year.
Him. He's about to hit 200 cosplay feature videos. I think with the content he got at San Diego, he might have enough to hit it. So, cool guy, good roommate.
Oh yeah,
chill dude.
I mean, he was pretty much. It just pretty much us went. We went there to sleep. That's it. Crash, cool off, clean up, go right back out. But
yeah, there wasn't a lot of time spent hanging out at the Airbnb.
Yeah. Now, I know and also thank you to Scott Ellis, who loaned us a badge so that Kat could experience the con. I am greatly appreciative, man. I'm always going to be appreciative of that.
So am try. We couldn't have gotten half the stuff we got with 2 people.
No.
We needed 3 of us to do stuff anyway, but also just on a personal level, getting to go was
awesome. It was awesome. We got some great interviews, and we still have more footage coming. But to all the new people who subscribed, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Preview night, I got to get all the exclusives I wanted. I didn't want a lot. Well, I didn't have a lot of money to spend. But I got the Mezco Green Ranger, and normally there are lines for all this stuff. Walked up right on preview night, got it. And the Jada Toys Dark Ryu, which is one of my figures of the year as far as that line. So, yeah, I was pretty satisfied. Got some gifts for friends that couldn't be there. Thank you to everybody that didn't ask for something super complicated that took a long time in the line, who just wanted something simple. I want a pen, a comic, or a print. Thank y'all. Love y'all.
We didn't forget producer Cora.
No. Speaking of which, yeah, Kat, Jason, there's Cora over there.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
We did not avoid one of the...
Especially if you're new and you don't even know who everybody is.
Yeah.
You're just going to launch into we're present.
We're still coming down from everything. Also, Cass is normally here. She's feeling under the weather, and we believe in, hey, recover. But Cora, one of the things that we got invited to was the Junji Ito art experience, which we went through, and the art was fantastic.
Breathtaking.
It was crazy looking.
As it should be.
But, of course, we got Cora the Ashcan comic that came along with it. And just happened to be going through some other booths and saw some little blind boxes that we had to get for her there. And I regret this decision immediately because it is a creepy little baby something. Oh, man. That's like Cass's new profile picture, by the way.
I know.
It's disgusting.
It was so beautiful.
Hold on, let me get off the baby.
Cass got one of the boxes too. She got the tree, and actually she got 2 of the boxes.
The swirly man.
She got the swirly, but not the spiral. No, snails. She got the snails, and she got the tree. She did not get the swirly man, which she was a little disappointed by and a little relieved by.
Yeah, that's
that one you cannot display without. Yeah. But the tree just looks like a pretty tree.
Yeah.
Unless you know, you don't
One
know.
of the most interesting panels we got to go to was the NAVA panel with the National Association of Voice Actors, who spoke very frankly about the strike and some of the things that were being offered to them. And it really made you see the perspective of the voice actors, opened my eyes to a lot of stuff. If you're going to find that we missed out on several things that we were invited to as far as bigger studios and everything, but, and this was something that I had to be swayed on because we fight to get what we have as well. And Snail Girl and Tree is what she got. We fight to get what we have as well, but we avoided going to Struck Studios and covering them, even though we were invited.
Yeah, they had a Hulu animation.
There were a number of things that we.
Paramount Plus. There's even some of the footage because downtown San Diego looked like Times Square, with the amount of wrapped buildings and advertisements and stuff. So we didn't get some of the content that was available to us because this strike is super important.
Yeah. And it was coming to that realization for me, I will admit, because this is what we've been trying to get to. So, sticking by our integrity, but that does not mean next year when we go, this will still be going on. Hopefully, it won't be. But I got to talk to a lot of toy studios. I got to talk to Bandai, Hasbro, Jada Toys.
In some ways, Jason was over the moon.
I think I'm okay.
We could have been arguing about which content to get or fighting to go see different things. And Cass and I both work also professionally in the industry, kind of. I'm an editor, sometimes director, cameraman. She's a producer, and she trades around roles a bit as well. So we were very much firmly on the side of not doing any of that. But as a result, Jason would be like, what content do you want to get next? And we're like, are there more toys that you want to talk to?
Well, okay, let's go talk about. And we have a very chaotic interview we have to get up of Bandai Namco. Oh my God. It was It was controlled. No, it wasn't controlled at all.
It was controlled by me off screen in a way that you guys don't.
It was chaotic and awesome. We hope to bring that to y'all real soon. But
I produced it, and I caused a little bit of chaos.
Good.
Yeah.
And I rolled with the punches. Regardless, it was, to say the least, we had a good time. Hopefully next year we'll be in full strength. And everybody be hooked up, and we can go and do this again sometime.
You guys, we spent a week together, like almost 24/7, and we actually only fought on videos for sketches.
Yeah. I mean, y'all were having fights with the pavement. they both had scooter accidents while we were out there.
2 scooter accidents. I have traveled by electric scooter extensively in San Diego, and just the gods were against us. I got on one that only had a left hand brake, and I had my phone in my left hand, and it just didn't react fast enough, and I took a spill in the pavement, which gave Cass PTSD because she'd just taken a spill in the pavement.
Cass fell sideways, very unspectacularly. She just fell. It wasn't great, but Cat's fall was like 10 feet of whoop.
It was like a cartoon of I can make this, I can make this, I can make this, I'm not gonna fall, and just so like over the space of like 5 meters.
Normally I'm the voice of calm, but when I saw her flailing, I was like, oh God, she's gonna kill herself.
I almost did.
Oh man, and somehow you avoided serious injury. I'm just like, how? But thank you for not killing yourself in the middle of the gas lamp district.
I know that you guys probably don't know this, but all our cast members have bottom halves, and my bottom half and Cass's bottom half are covered in bruises.
Cass has a bruise that looks like a tattoo. She was, when we got back to the Airbnb, we got gotten cleaned up, and she was wearing some shorts, and she pulls them, and she's like, oh, that's not good. And I was like, whoa! It looked like one of those bruises where you touch it, it's very tight and armor. But somehow, I don't know how she said it still hurt, but y'all are we're not doing any more scooters. I'm not trying to brag, but I was doing the boot scoot and boogie on mine as we were driving by, and they friggin' hated me.
Dirty liar, because you were exactly trying to brag. And that's why when we got back to the Airbnb and I called him some names I'm not going to repeat right now, I said, do you know why I had to do that to you, Jason? He said, why? And I pointed at a sign that says, make sure you keep the trash in its place. And I was like, because of that.
I'm driving along the streets of San Diego with a cowboy hat on, kicking my boots off to the side. Also, I think there's an embarrassing video of me singing Boot Scoot and Boogie that might get released.
Hey, Boot Scoot and Boogie is a jam.
I know it is.
And you should feel proud.
Oh, I was very proud, especially going down the street on the scooter. Somebody was like, get down, cowboy.
I am not the most coordinated person, but this was unprecedented for me.
And I was in front of them too, so they could see me doing it.
Full sprained an ankle. It was a wild trip.
Didn't cosplay because we were very busy, but I did get complimented a couple of times in my Wolverine cosplay, and I was just like, I'm Texan.
I thought Jason in a cowboy hat was Logan.
It was weird. But you know what? Regardless, I can't wait to do this again next year. Guys, look out for more video coming soon. It was a good time, and yeah.
Yeah.
Next year, we need everybody.
We needed everybody this year.
No shit, we did.
But we need them even more next year, and we think we got a good enough content that we will be grandfathered in, and hopefully get all our
It's gonna be gory.
Yeah, and now I think we should move on.
Yeah, let's go ahead and kick this thing off with some super cool nerd news. Hi, I'm Jason the X, not associated with what was the biggest social media platform on the planet, Twitter, now called X. This is stupid. So Elon Musk, in his infinite wisdom, decided to rename one of the most popular social media platforms into X. X. Just X. Apparently this is something he's been trying to do with several companies over the years, and people have told him it sucks. It's wrong. Probably going to be associated with a lot of pornography on the internet. It's just not very good brand recognition. Well, he's finally gotten his wish to the tune of the $44 billion he spent to purchase the social media platform Twitter. Now, if you go on, he has purchased the rights to X.com. My God. And the logo is changed to a very familiar font. I can't think of what it was, though, off the top of my head. It has adapted and changed over the coming days here. But he has explained badly why he said this is not just a rebrand. Well, it's not just a name change. It's a rebrand to create an everything app. Twitter was acquired by X Corp, both to ensure freedom of speech and as an accelerant for X, the everything app. This is not simply a company renaming itself, but doing the same thing. What? But doing the same. This is not simply a company renaming itself, but doing the same thing.
Right.
That sounds.
They're not just doing the same thing.
It's stupid as hell. So basically, he's killed the bird. Let's talk about Twitter. The brand recognition off of the name Twitter also is associated with a verb, an action of going and tweeting. With that, they're speculating he has lost anywhere from $2 to $20 billion of name recognition by calling it X. Also, there are over 800 companies that have some sort of copyright or license to X. So this is probably going to end up in some lengthy legal battles as well for verification of who exactly has the rights to use this name X. I have nothing but the utmost contempt because also, why did you have to come for my name? I do not want to be associated. I am just Jason from now on.
We're going to start saying yourself after it.
Or do I have a right to the name because I have been using it since 1995 and can prove it?
So here's actually something funny. Hold on,
I don't know anything that's hilarious about what Elroy has done here.
Oh no, I do. So the Twitter headquarters in Japan is called X Japan. Or not X Japan, it's called Twitter Japan, but it will be renamed X Japan, which is the name of a very popular band. And X Japan started trending on Twitter again, which is very funny to me. And Yoshiki, the leader, just I thought we already had a trademark on this.
And they probably do.
As a joke, but also they probably do. And that's just funny to me.
Because also one of the problems you're going to run into a copyright is who's been using it longer.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have faith that his lawyers will probably browbeat other people down, which sucks. But stop being a dick all the time. Seriously, just stop being a dick all the time. You've ruined Twitter already.
Also, there's a user that is @X on Twitter.
Really?
How's that going to work?
I think they took it from him.
So yeah, he wants this app to be people's place to go shopping and do banking, and I don't know exactly how he's going to accomplish that because all of this seems to be done with no planning whatsoever in store. I don't know, man.
He's already at bare bones staffing anyway.
Yeah.
And is it just? It's appropriate that a rich billionaire has decided to destroy a platform where the little guy actually had a voice. Yeah, some of this I feel is intentional.
Yeah.
That's not really very surprising. It does, the fact that he wants people to, purchase and be able to do their banking on it makes me think of, if you've never seen the College Humor sketches about the CEO sketches, there's one that was done about Venmo and the idea of making social media tied to your banking, and if you haven't seen it, go watch it because that's all I can think about when he talks like that.
We had a whole night where we just binged a bunch of those videos.
Yeah, I did too. I really like them. Brennan still introduces himself. He's very famous, one of the most famous DMs out there at this point, but he'll still be like, "Hi, I'm Brennan. If you're wondering where you've seen me, you might have seen a CEO video or two." But yeah, it's pretty good content. Unlike Elon Musk.
Yeah.
So yeah, welcome to X. I don't even like my own name anymore.
Well, you know, he's just not better at naming companies than he is at naming children.
Shots fired. Anyway, so Kat, anything to follow up with that? Give me some real venom here. I feel like you've got. Oh, there we go.
Of like, and we're going to get into real venom later with SAG after stories, but you want to talk about like stupid decisions made by stupid people. Diablo 4 dropped a patch. When did they patch? On July 25th to patch a bug in the game that was basically just allowing players to have too much fun, it seems like. There's a quest you can complete from the Tree of Whispers, and you have to gather like 10 things or whatever, and you have to do that like 10 times. The bug allowed them to keep hitting the same tree to get the quest and the rewards from it. So it wasn't crazy power leveling or anything. It was just a check mark in a quest list, basically, that they could complete a little bit easier. And, yeah, it didn't affect the game's economy at all. And then they dropped a hotfix so that you can't do that anymore. This is after a few weeks ago they released a patch that was widely hated by the fan base. It caused an outrage, kind of like the Diablo Immortal outrage a few years ago. Yeah, they just keep doing these things, and then they followed up with it, the campfire chat, which did not go well. In fact, to the point where if you go on the subreddit for Diablo, anytime something good is discovered in the game, they will actively try and quash it because they know that Blizzard will take it out if too many people learn about a cool, fun thing to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's, they just keep taking out the good things, and they just are like, they patched a few needed things, like players were stunning themselves accidentally. There were some drift movements and some crash fixes, and that's cool, I guess. But like, maybe if your bug is actually drawing people to your game and not leading to power creep, maybe leave it alone for a little bit.
I would also like to extend that to Nintendo.
Okay, Zelda.
Okay, look.
Oh boy, here we go.
They do.
So there have been several like ways to like duplication glitches where you could like duplicate gems and items and sell them and have more rupees to do fun stuff. And every single time someone finds a duplication glitch, Nintendo like immediately just swoops in like a vulture and takes it out of the game. But this is a game that's solo play, so I've never understood why we're patching out.
Yeah.
How dare you take something out that allows us to play the game in not the way that you intended to us to play it.
I'm still grinding everything else. I just don't want to be broke.
In God of War 1, I think, like OG God of War 1, there was this harpy glitch on one of the mountains where you could get infinite experience, and it took forever. But you could get infinite experience. That actually is game breaking, and you use your experience to level up your items. But like,
we've all, not all of us. I'm across the board.
You knew what glitch I was talking about.
Yeah.
So.
But also, I'm not going to get upset when the game developers say, "Okay, we're taking that out." I'm like, "All right, you got me. Maybe I'm just more devious. I don't know. I'm willing to accept when I get caught and busted."
Nah.
Anyway,
a lot of people are mad about it. I'm only mad about it more in the context of like how slow Blizzard has traditionally been to fix like very needed things. Like as a former big Overwatch player.
But how dare you cheat?
Well, like Flashbang was broken for forever on McCree in that it was inconsistent in its targeting for a long time. And it wasn't a helpful like, it was inconsistent, so you couldn't depend on using it in the moment you needed it.
Yeah, she kind of came for me on that one. I noticed you definitely went right to my main. I appreciate that.
I'm saying it was hurtful to play McCree with that bug. They needed to take it out.
I know.
Oh, you're saying I came for you and proved to you. Like, yeah, there are more important things. Yeah, like, fix those.
Yeah.
First, and then maybe come for the infinite rupee glitch or whatever.
She got
me. Yeah.
Damn you. Anyway, so I'm going to just move over. Hey, Cora, what have you got this week?
I have something fun. Let me find...
Way to get between the ribs there with the knife.
Now, I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Do you take care of your home the way a gangster should?
Oh my God, no.
I have no idea what that means.
I do.
Well, good news for you, Kat.
Yeah.
Because we have The Way of the House Husband, The Gangster's Guide to Housekeeping. Which, I saw this.
Amazing already. Keep going.
Yeah, so I clicked on it because I got an ad for it from Viz because I have the app and everything. I was like, okay, what is this? And it is literally a housekeeping guidebook. It has
what?
So it has recipes for foods, and not just like random foods, like appetizers, soup, main courses, desserts, and drinks. It has like how to do your laundry, like the proper protocols, cleaning, gardening, getting rid of pests, some tips on like explore your neighborhood, learn your territory. Here's some dollar store tips. Get some exercise in. Here's some stuff you can do for that. Some self-defense stuff. Use your friends, like use your networks.
I can't help but notice it looks like he's holding a cast iron skillet. Does
Yes.
it have like a cast iron? I wonder if it has a cast iron seasoning guide or something.
Probably. If you've never read the manga or watched the Netflix show,
it probably does.
This show is.
It seems intentional.
This show is crazy.
Yeah.
I loved it.
It has like in the way of the chef chapter.
Okay, here we go.
It has tricks of the trade and knife skills.
Of
so possibly,
yes.
The last section, like I have to read these sections. So you have the way of the housekeeper, and it's like cleaning, gardening, securing your home, pests, all that stuff, finances. Then you have the way of the chef, and it's all the cooking stuff. The way of the urban explorer, and it's, like
you know your neighborhood.
Yeah, all that stuff. And then the way of the gang, and it's how to throw a party, babysitting for gangsters, camping, how to relax and like de-stress, taking care of pets, some fun little crafts, Halloween costumes, like all this random little stuff. And it genuinely is one of the cutest things I think I've ever found, and like I really want this book.
It looks incredible.
We got a release date for this one?
It's already on sale, actually.
Well, then there we go.
You can buy it digitally for the Viz app, or you can buy it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, wherever your books are sold. You can find the preview on Viz.com. I recommend looking at it. It's really funny. They've got random little clips from the manga just all through it. I love it.
I have to go on a brief feminist rant brought to you by SCNS Live.
Yes.
You should know how to do basics at your house.
Oh, no kidding. No.
Like, I knew you wouldn't object to this.
No.
You need to know how to take care of your house. There's not a woman who respects herself who's going to do all this for you in addition to carrying like half of the load, whatever that looks like for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, brothers, y'all need to know how to wash your own clothes and cook for yourselves and stuff.
I mean,
and clean.
I will say one of my favorites from the preview, real quick, is can you trust your robot vacuum?
No, you absolutely can't. Could be a Decepticon.
It just has like a whole little thing about it. And like, I think this is also genuinely a good item to have in your home, even if you already know how to do all these things. Because there's some stuff in here that, like, I didn't think I needed to read about. I'm like, oh, well, maybe I do, like, how to declutter your house, how to put things away properly.
The actual useful tips in there.
Instead of leaving them in an ADD pile on your desk.
There's a whole theory about something called inboxes. And how many of them you can have simultaneously and where to put them. Huh. Interesting. And declutter.
Yeah. And, yeah.
Reminds me of a certain short we did on the road.
Also, some cleaning tips that don't involve chemicals.
Ooh.
So, if you don't want to use chemicals, but you still need a good cleaner, got some tricks in there for you.
Useful.
Like lemon juice and stuff like that.
Yeah, lemon juice and baking soda, that kind of stuff. It is $24.99, so be sure to go get it. The stores listed here are Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, bookshop.org, Kinokuniya, Right Stuff, and of course you can get a digital copy.
I will say, I don't know if I trust my robot vacuum or not, but if you're going to own a long-haired cat in Texas, you kind of don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Like,
you gotta get the Dyson. I have the Dyson for my pets, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a good one. We have a regular vacuum, which, I don't know, something good, and also a robo vacuum because he sheds.
They all do.
Fair.
Not like a long-haired cat.
No. We'll have a dog, too. So.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So. Okay, I got one. It's a real quick one, but Zachary Levi, who played Shazam in Shazam! Fury of the Gods, he's questioning if he's ever going to come back to the role because he feels that reviewers were unfair to the movie during its run. Now, I did not go see the movie during its run, but I did see it on Max, and honestly, it wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. I think just at the time, I wasn't looking to go see it at the movies. There was also they were really pushing this movie, like, in formats where I wasn't expecting it. Like, I'm an avid wrestling viewer, and they did a whole thing about it on AEW, and they had, like, Tony Khan, who owns AEW, come out and pull the worst promo possible for this movie. And it honestly, watching that was like, yeah, I can wait on Shazam! Fury of the Gods. But looking at it, it wasn't a bad movie. He was quoted saying, I mean, the audience score is still quite good, but the critics' score was, I don't know, very oddly and perplexingly low, and people were insanely unkind to it. He believes that the world is a very different place since the release of the original Shazam, which I like the original Shazam as well. But I honestly think, and I hate to say this because he did just make a very sizable donation to the SAG Actors Fund, but I think the Black Adam movie really hurt this one. I think they came out a little too close together. And Black Adam really kind of...
You needed some time to recover.
Yeah, it really poisoned the well immediately off that. And considering that the characters are so similar, I think it may have hurt. And I hate to say that, but that's how I felt.
I think it's not just that the characters are so similar. I think that Black Adam kind of, like, starts with a concept and then it just kind of gets all tangled and muddled. And the first Shazam movie was strong, but a little wandery. Not in a bad way.
Right.
It just kind of was.
Well, these were child characters, technically.
Yeah, so it's hard to look at Black Adam and think that something that comes out so close to it with tendencies of the same nature that were done well in the first Shazam wouldn't carry over. Kind of like Wonder Woman 1984.
And the first Shazam made like $350 million. This one made only about 130.
I mean, honestly,
that's a death knell right there for any movie.
It was the director who said what?
That was Zachary Levi that said that.
Was it?
Yeah.
He's also personally getting harassed a lot for some not great views that I didn't know about.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, like Jordan Peterson fan.
Okay, well, I'm not going to go into that guy.
I wasn't super happy about that because I've always liked Zach. I think he's pretty and he seems sweet. Liked him since Chuck.
But that might be the death knell for the Shazam series. I mean, honestly, everything was getting a reboot anyway. So, I don't think we will see him back in that role. But yeah, I didn't know it did so poor next to the first one, though. That's a lot of money down.
I mean, as long as you don't take out my boy David F. Sandberg, who directed the first one, who has taught me more about directing horror shorts than anybody else in the industry. If you don't know his personal history, he's a horror director, and then he made the big time with Lights Out, and then one of the Annabelle movies. I forget which one. Cass probably yell at us in the chat if she's still watching. But he comes from horror, and directors that come from horror doing superhero movies is something I generally love. The first Doctor Strange was a horror director. I really like that movie. And of course, Spider-Man, famously.
Yep. Sam Raimi.
Yeah. Some of the best ones out there with the timing and the quips and the dramatic arcs, they come from horror. Anyway.
Well, with that, what else you got for us this week?
I got for us this week. Let's talk about real life horror. This is about AI, but is not about SAG-AFTRA, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So, Twitch star XQC. We've talked about XQC a little bit lately. He's made some waves. He signed a $100 million non-exclusive contract to somebody's whatever. Anyway, if you scroll towards the bottom of Twitch's homepage, you might see a carousel that says probably artificial, hopefully intelligent. They're powered by AI live streams, which, oof. It's weird. It's weird. There's an AI version of XQC now. It's supposedly a fan-run channel, and it's supposed to be pretty close to the real thing. He's got, the real XQC has like 12 million followers or close to that on Twitch. And he has a brief history with esports. He was famously an inconsistent and problematic member of the Dallas Fuel. Yeah, and he's also pretty rich as a streamer, and now AI XQC is running, and it's pretty indecipherable from the real thing, except slightly more understandable. XQC's from Canada, and he has a pretty French accent. And so this one's actually a little clear, but I don't know. This just makes me uneasy, and it's kind of gross. I don't really like it. They don't know who's behind it or what tech is involved, really.
This is a problem.
Yeah. They just say they're a fan. And that's about
But they're
it.
clocking views and everything, aren't they?
They're clocking about 8,000 followers. And they've gotten
for an AI program
1,500 concurrent viewers. Apparently blew XQC's mind, if only because they put on Boys in the Hood and the fake XQC saying the N-word. And
I don't think AI can do that. I'm not willing to accept that. No.
I'm surprised that would blow the real XQC's mind, because he's been pretty problematic.
Let's also take a look at the fact that we can have these AI streams that are almost indistinguishable from the actual streams saying problematic shit that can then be taken as the actual person doing well, in his case, he's already done problematic shit, so that's believable, but you know what I mean.
100%. It was one of the things they addressed in the panel we went and saw, and one of the first things they said was a couple of the women were like, don't make porn with us, please. Don't do that.
That's not right.
Yeah. So I can't be terribly sad that it's happening to XQC, I'm not gonna lie.
But it could happen to someone else.
It will happen to a lot of other people.
This is true.
So yeah, that's what I got for that.
Wow. Corey, you got something happy in there, right? Okay, never mind. Go right ahead.
All right.
This is where things go bad. I'll bring you back up. I'll bring you guys back.
All right, do you want vampires or deadly diseases?
I want vampires.
Okay. So we got... Hold on just a moment.
Something I'm excited about, too.
Yes.
Might have to...
I'm so pumped for this. So we've got Netflix's Castlevania coming back with a spin-off called Castlevania Nocturne. We will be following Richter Belmont. I don't know if he's... I can't remember if he's the son of Trevor. But he is a descendant of Trevor and Sypha.
Trevor fucking Belmont.
And he will not... It's not just going to be Richter Belmont. He will be joined by Maria Renard.
Oh.
They were the protagonists for Castlevania Rondo of Blood. And this will be set during the French Revolution of 1792. And, they also made an appearance in Symphony of the Night.
Yes, they did.
Love that game. But, so we're going to have, like, French Revolution. We're going to have vampires. Hold on. Let me get something special for you.
I have another cosplay to work on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. See, I'm gonna.
There's only so many things you can do with the whip, you know.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you just a little bit of the trailer. I'm very, very excited for this. It looks like everything got, like, all the action and animation got an upgrade, like, in the best possible way, because it was already great. But now we've got, like, more. And I can't wait. It is slated to come out September 28th. Of course, that is dependent on the writer's strike and the actor's strike. Right now, Netflix is not being requested to strike, if I read stuff correctly.
Not yet.
SAG-AFTRA is not requesting that anybody boycott Netflix at this time.
Yes, and I mean, if this comes out, I'm definitely supporting it because I want the actors and writers supported for this, like they have asked for in other stuff. So I'm making an educated guess. It is, unless Netflix is requested to be boycotted, which I will sadly boycott.
Yeah.
I'd be sad about that. But,
sorry.
Yep, I'm gonna bring it back up to us.
Excited, love the first Castlevania series, cosplay Trevor, and like I loved going to the Renaissance Festival dressed as Trevor because so many people.
You can handle a bullwhip too.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. Jason is good with the bullwhip too.
That's not any kind of euphemism. I mean,
no, that is not an easy skill. It's like finally I can use this thing that I learned. But yeah, it's love dressing as a character. So I'm all excited about more delving into the Belmonts and just, if I got to get another suit for Richter, okay, fine. His hair is closer to mine anyway.
So, you guys know that Christian from the D&D stream, that he subjects me to different types of stuff I haven't seen, and Castlevania is on the current list. I hadn't made it very far into season 1, and I just wasn't super into it, but we picked back up with season 2 pretty recently, when apparently he said it gets good, and I was pretty into it.
Do you understand why Trevor's my spirit animal?
Not entirely yet, but he was angry.
So, when Castlevania...
Trevor's not angry.
So, as a fun story as well, when Castlevania first released, I gave it the first episode a watch to see if it was good or not. Trevor showed up for all of 5 seconds, and I sent Jason a text, like... My roommate at the time, and I paused the show and sent Jason a text and told him, "You need to watch the first episode of Castlevania. Trust me, Trevor is you." And his appearance was demanding drink and then getting into a bar fight within a 5-second period.
I felt very called out, but also had no room to make any arguments whatsoever.
You were so mad.
I was so mad. I felt like I was. Who animated me?
That sounds. Yeah.
But also a very sharp tongue. I just really admire the character enough that I wanted to go ahead and cosplay. I can't wait, but hey, we're still like firmly in the actors camp on this, especially the voice actors. I cannot wait to get that panel up on the channel.
Yeah, that panel is really focused
eye-opening
on AI and a lot about voice acting. I got to hug Ashley Birch, and that was nice.
She's so nice. Zeke was
Zeke was dope.
Zeke was a former commander in the United States Navy. He was a pilot. And when I told him about my previous profession, the first thing he
didn't have to tell him. Even he was just
the first thing he said was, "How do you still have all your fingers?" I was like, "Yes, I do." Very cool dude. Definitely enjoyed meeting him, and got to meet Lindsay Rousseau. Mm-hmm.
All right.
So anyway,
what you got for us, Jay?
Okay, so my last bit is on a game I'm very excited for. Star Wars Outlaws from Ubisoft. Cannot wait. I've been waiting to play a smuggler in an open world Star Wars game since Shadows of the Empire, which was a long time ago. Now, I did cover this last week, but Ubisoft did recognize there were a lot of questions in the community about how long is the game going to be. Well, first off, let's talk about how big the game is going to be. If you played anything like, I don't know, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, this is an idea of how big the game is because it is larger than that. And I'm a huge fan of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I love traveling about, but the game is a bit long, and Ubisoft wanted to tell you guys it's not going to be, in their words exactly, a 200 to 300 hour long unfinishable RPG. While they have acknowledged that the presence in the game and the settings you will be in will be large and you'll be visiting different planets and traversing all over them, the game will not be as long. And to all that I say, why didn't you think I wanted a long Star Wars game? If I'm in an RPG Star Wars game, I don't want to unplug, okay guys? So it's fine to give me a long game. You seem to have not studied the notes I gave you. But granted, they said, Assassin's Creed Odyssey roughly took 45 hours to complete if you zip through the game like other plebes out there and didn't savor and enjoy how long the game was, which was beaten by Valhalla, which they said took about 60 hours to beat. So I don't know. Look, I do want a game that people don't feel as though they're beholden to play for a long time. Like currently I'm playing Zelda, and I honestly don't want the ride to end. I don't know. Kat, have you played any of the Assassin's Creed games at all?
I played some of them. I'm not as big a fan as Cass is, but I can speak to games that I love and not caring how long they take.
Yeah, thank you.
I played God of War, 2018 God of War. I've played it through at least 4 times, and I platinumed it on hard, and I'm not good at gaming. It took a lot of hours to platinum it up hard, and I still did it. Like, if it's good content, like, I don't care how long it takes. So
exactly. So I'm torn on this. Yes, I want something that brings in other players and they enjoy the game as well, but you
guys are listening to too many journalists who got preview copies.
I want to stay. I'm good. I'm good right here. I get my robot. I get a pet that looks like an oxalotl with fur and a speeder bike and a ship and a droid companion. You're fulfilling my dreams here. So yeah, we still don't know. I mean, the game still is not released. It's releasing sometime in 2024. But yeah, kind of mixed emotions on that. Like, some people out there like, whoo, it won't take forever. I'm like, well, shit, it won't take forever.
It really sounds like they've been listening to too many critics that they've given copies of the game.
Screw those guys.
And they played for 15 hours to do their review. And that's it. And not every game can be reviewed that way or should be made with that in mind.
Yeah. So that's the word. It's going to be a large game, but not so much in how long it takes you to complete it. Just give me the option to go back in after the game's completed and fulfill all the little things, Got to get that top rating in the game.
Seriously.
Well,
I have a couple of updates on the SAG after thing. First of all, NBC Universal parent Comcast came out and said they're very interested in everybody coming to a deal. And by the way, they generated $30.5 billion in Q2, and we're up 7.5 from the year before. But they still can't afford to pay the writers, so just, keep that in mind. Yeah, and also if you're interested in supporting it, SAG-AFTRA officially has like on their website some of the ways that you can support it. And if you're bummed, like some of us are, let me get to this other article, that you haven't been able to go to like a picket line or something, then don't get too bummed out yet, because still looking for it. One more second.
Well, while you look for that, we'll
Yeah. Go ahead.
add on to that. Along with that, we did release that news a couple of weeks ago where a studio said that they think by October the strike will be ready to break because people will be needing to pay off their mortgages or possibly their homes could be in jeopardy. Well, I know I just badmouth Black Shazam. Sorry, I meant Black Adam. But Dwayne Johnson did make a very sizable 7-figure donation to SAG this week. They are not revealing the amount. The director for SAG did say that, yes, it is the biggest donation that we've ever received. This will keep us going for months. So while I did have some, harsh words about Black Adam, that was a very kind thing for The Rock to do. Especially considering he is technically an out-of-work actor right now. Man put his money where his mouth is, and it's going to keep them going for a while. So, studios, good luck with that whole plan about them losing their houses and stuff.
I'm having to look this up on its own now. Keep talking.
Oh, okay, keep
follow
talking.
For more info.
Well, you can follow some of the people that we talked to. Hang on Instagram. One of the people who was very instrumental in setting up the panel was Russell Curry. Okay, so I'm supporting the actors on Instagram that are on the picket line. And one of my favorite actors just replied to me on Instagram, Russell Curry, who was the Red Ranger in the latest Power Rangers. He was on the picket line today, and I was like, hell yeah. And he was like, thank you. Just like, I love that right there. That is one of my all-time favorites. Let me see. Peter Jang. So there are a lot of actors who are also stunt actors, by the way. And I got to meet one of my favorites at San Diego Comic Con, Peter Jang, who, go follow Peter Jang Official over at Instagram. They staged a stunt actors picket where they were basically setting each other on fire.
Oh my god, I saw that!
This is awesome! The stunt actors are coming for y'all. And you want to generate some attention? Let's go ahead and set ourselves on fire for the cause of getting more money. Man, I couldn't be happier with that. That was awesome. Also, Peter Jang, very nice guy. Funny.
He was just wandering around.
Funny story. The guy who was walking with was another member of his stunt team. Well, the stunt team he's a part of. And someone asked him, he asked him, hey man, are you ever walking around and do people recognize you and be like, oh, you're Peter Jang? And Peter tells him, oh, that never happens. Literally 2 minutes later, he runs into me and I'm like, hey, Peter Jang, man, good to see you. So I made his con. Which, for somebody that I'm a fan of, that made me real happy. But also, we talked a little bit about the strike and everything. So, these people are asking for money to survive. Literally, come on. I want to be able to live and eat and maybe have some money left over. The demands are very small.
And we're going to put up the panel on our YouTube channel and stuff so that you guys can see more. But yeah, you should be aware they're not striking for even a lot of increase in money. They're striking to keep studios from making replicas of them and never paying them for their work ever again. If the studios get what they're after, there won't be actors. They'll bring people in for scans, and then they'll generate all the assets they need from them. That is insane and is terrifying. And no matter what industry you're in, AI is coming for you a little bit. So maybe support one of the bigger collective bargaining units that we have, since America tends to be pretty anti-union. They're helping all of us, and they're very aware of that.
And if you don't believe unions work, look at UPS. They threatened to strike. Their previous strike was 15 days, and they cost UPS $897 million in 15 days.
So much that UPS was scared.
And UPS came to the table and granted their demands. They got a pay raise. They got air conditioning in the UPS trucks.
Which finally,
Yes.
Exactly. We've been seeing them sweat it out for years in those brown suits.
So, I found it. If you are bummed that you can't go picket because you live in a place that's not, New York or LA, there's a website called sagafterstrike.org, and if you go to /picket-schedule-locations, which I know is a little bit long, then you can see if they're scheduled for your area. Apparently they did one in Chicago about a week ago.
Yeah.
It was pretty successful. Y'all, Dallas-Fort Worth is on the list, even though it doesn't have scheduled events yet. I would love to go picket.
yeah, same.
Yeah.
I'm easily angered, so let's do it.
The panel made me so angry.
It did. Oh, man.
But yeah, so stand with them. You can also, they had some suggestions if you're a cosplayer. Try and think of a way to integrate strike into your cosplays that you're doing somehow. If you wanted to dress up as Fran Drescher, who's the president of SAG-AFTRA,
She's about to become our new Dolly Parton.
Yeah, brunette Dolly Parton, although she does use blonde shampoo, I heard.
I like her.
But yeah, they have the right to be angry, and they're working for all of us, including with, legislators and legislation to try and get people paid for their work.
They're trying to protect their way of life.
And everybody else's. As an editor, I have seen the videos of AI editing, and I'm like...
Cringy.
Yeah.
That's the face right there.
It's scary.
It's not cool.
Including... in the future, the contract hopefully will have in it that they can't use the actors' voices to train AI. And helps all of us.
Well, Cora, it comes around to you. Take us home.
All right. So,
Bad vamping.
Yeah, pretty much.
Great vamping.
So, everyone here is a fan of good anime, for the most part. Whether you're
at least some.
Yeah, at least some. And Toonami announced that they are working on a new original anime with Shinichiro Watanabe and Studio Mappa called Lazarus. And if Shinichiro Watanabe sounds familiar, they are the director for Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, and Space Dandy, which are 3 great top-tier anime.
Space Dandy.
Space Dandy is great. And then you have Studio Mappa, who does Chainsaw Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, and is doing the final season for Attack on Titan. So, already fantastic animation. We have a great director. Pardon me while I get a little trailer to show y'all. So this is slated to hopefully be out in 2024. Oh, I almost forgot that we also have stuntman and director Chad Stahelski working on the action sequences for this. So
That's dope.
Yeah. So the
animation looks great. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. The animation's. I love it. I love it. It's so good. I watched this 5 times. So the premise of Lazarus is it's set in the year 2052. The world knows peace now because sickness and pain has just been nullified. Dr. Skinner has brought forth a. Hold on, let me. A man named Dr. Skinner has developed a cure-all miracle drug with no drawbacks called Hapuna. We're gonna go with Hapuna.
Sure.
But as soon as he releases it, he disappears.
It's a good sign.
3 years later, he shows back up, but doesn't bring any good news. He actually tells everyone, by the way, that miracle drug you took 3 years ago has a half-life, and you're going to be dead 3 years after you took it. Peace.
Of course.
And disappears. So, a special task force of 5 agents is created called Lazarus to find Dr. Skinner and also hopefully develop a vaccine before time runs out. It sounds really good. I'm excited about it.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but damn, the animation immediately caught my eye when I started playing.
No, it's so good.
It's
Napa though, so of course it's good.
Yeah, okay. Immediately I was like, yeah.
Slaps.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Like, feel free to go watch like the whole trailer because I'm not going to show the whole trailer. I'm not going to risk it for the biscuit there, you know. But I'm excited for this. Again, we're hoping for 2022. Or not 2022, wow, wrong year. 2024. But we're not sure. I'm still reading like stuff on it. We're gonna have a score by jazz saxophonist Kamasi Washington, and it's being produced by and producers, DJs, and musicians Floating Points and Pondo. So it's got like a nice like.
We're eating good, folks.
Yeah. And Watanabe is directing every episode. It's not just like, here. It's like all of the episodes are being directed by Watanabe. We'll have this jazz score. So it feels like it's going to be like a more modern, or I shouldn't say modern, like a more like our time Cowboy Bebop.
I'm
kind of hoping they do, like, they've been really doing interesting things in not just like Japan, but like Korea and stuff with like horror, like zombie stuff and whatever, and there's an intensity to their pacing, and also I feel like it's offset by the structure and rigidity of their just their way of life sometimes that can make them very intense.
Yeah. When
it comes to especially something this inevitable and time pressed matter.
Yeah,
Could be real fun.
I'm so excited for this. I keep saying that, but I don't have words. I'm just very excited. I really loved Cowboy Bebop, and I'm very excited to see something that has that same vibe. And like someone in the comments of the trailer, I think summed it up really well, and it was, this trailer looks exactly like what you would expect when you hear directed by Watanabe. And
okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's all I got. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep
gushing.
Are you excited for it?
I'm so excited for it. Also, like, I didn't want to talk about the Junji Ito stuff because, like, I knew I would go on for too long.
Yes.
Anyways, you got anything, Jason?
No, that was it, actually, unless you got anything else to add. No, I think we made it through all of our stories. Guys, thank you for joining us tonight. One of the things that's coming back to the channel, originally I tried to separate toy reviews to its own channel. But I'm going to be bringing that back over to SCNS Live. Considering that we got so many interviews with people in the toy industry, I think it'd be a good idea to bring that back over to our platform. And just every now and then take a look at some stuff. And if you want to take a look at some of the stuff we got from San Diego, this weekend I have reviews for the Mezco Green Ranger and the Jada Toys Dark Ryu, which excellent toys I picked up this last weekend over at San Diego Comic Con. So subscribe to the channel. Also, hopefully, we were supposed to have a guest tonight, but hopefully next week we can get Hector in of Texas Latino Comic Con, creator of El Peso Hero, to talk more about that.
No pressure, Hector.
Yeah, you better good show. Anyway, so yeah, look for that. Of course, in 2 weeks we'll be back to playing D&D. If you missed us last week, we put up a little short explaining some miscommunication may have happened, and fights were happening. It was great. Go check it out.
Not this Saturday, but next Saturday.
Yes.
I'm not really like a collector. I didn't buy myself very much memorabilia. I did buy a Nimbo, some special dice, and I bought a dice that you should be very scared of when it comes out.
Jesus.
Oh no.
And a D6 for when the breath weapon would recharge. So,
I'm gonna die.
that's not coming up next week or anything.
Also, nice necklace there. I think I recognize that.
This is from the Her Universe.
Yeah, they hooked
have
it up,
very
man.
nice little swag bags, and I got the little toy from Toy Story that are like that.
Very nice.
Ah! Yeah. It was a good time. Good swag bag.
So anyway, yes, that's the end of our show. We'll see you next week. Of course, make sure you follow us at SCNS Live on Instagram, Threads, soon coming to Blue Sky. You can follow me on Blue Sky, Threads, and Instagram at Jason the X. Kat, where can they follow you?
You can find me. I don't even know if I finished my Threads thing, but
we're working on it.
Instagram and Twitter at BetterCat. If you were one of the people we met that I said we do follow back and stuff on the channel, I haven't gotten through that list yet, but I haven't forgotten you.
Yeah, she was networking. Her and Cass were like networking their asses off.
We had to pay for our stay somehow, and it wasn't by doing interviews.
And Cora, where can I find you?
You can find me on Instagram and currently still on Twitter at Corodono Art.
X.
For now.
For now.
Dumbass platform. Anyway, all right, guys, that's it. We'll see you next week. And as we always say around here, keep on nerding. She's figuring it out.
Hold.
She's doing a great job.